China's COVID death toll is indeed confusing. The official number reported by China is somewhere above 5,000. The World Health Organization's calculation is nearly 32,000. While a UK-based data firm Airfinity estimated that cumulative deaths since December 1, 2022 likely reached 100,000. COVID death calculation methodology has been debated worldwide from the day one of the pandemic. China only counts those whose death is caused by pneumonia and respiratory failure, which is much less convincing than the globally recognized excess mortality measure. China is not unique. Undercounting is a worldwide phenomenon, and no country's COVID policy was well designed and perfectly calculated from the very beginning. But it's truly a puzzle why China didn't prepare for exit plan a little bit earlier when policy shifting already foreseeable. If we can put so many resources on lockdown, why not use the centralized power to aggressively promote vaccination, especially for the elderly? If we can spend so much on free PCR tests, why not distribute basic medicine to ordinary people? I don't have answers for these. I can only speculate that before CPC Party Congress in October 2022, top leaders' single focus was about strengthening President Xi's power. On one hand, the abrupt exit of zero COVID may be a passive-aggressive reaction to people's demonstration. On the other hand, the exit itself is a necessary policy rebalancing from confirming political stability to economic recovery. The irony is, for nearly 3 years, China always claimed that zero COVID policy shielded its population, especially elder ones, from mass death that haunted many other countries. China had a chance to make anti-pandemic approach close to ideal if we had chosen to end zero COVID at the early stage of Omicron. However, President Xi's political goal was prioritized. Authority kind of keeps silence on this point. What we are undergoing now is a cost of weaponizing China's relative success of controlling virus during 2020 and 2021. Interestingly, perhaps even sadly, local Chinese are relatively calm. Crowded hospitals and packed crematoria are not a big surprise. Even without pandemic, China's medical system's capacity is always an issue. I guess that 80% of local families were more or less mentally prepared for possible tragedies if grandparents at home turned positive. To the majority of Chinese, sudden ending of zero COVID is much better than never-ending restriction. Office workers are even happy to have COVID for feeling of certainty. A common self-mockery is that we are God's chosen workers, since many corporate animals continue to work when tested positive, as long as they can still function. We even discuss positive rotation plan with our colleagues, hoping that we test positive one by one instead of all at the same time, so that business operation could continue. 2022 is definitely an awful year for investment. As of October, global institutional investors' holdings in China stocks are close to 5-year trough. For top asset managers such as Fidelity and JP Morgan, etc., their China Asia Fund annual return of 2022 is somewhere around -20% to -10%. And it's foreseeable that the economic statistics in Q1 2023 won't be pleasant. Then why the sentiment of China's domestic market is so positive? I think it's about the feeling of certainty. It's certain to have temporary economic setback, and it's certain to face a bumpy road ahead. We can't wait to jump into concrete problem solving. Local government debt, real estate industry mess, resuming consumption, etc. China's top leadership just held Central Economic Work Conference to set the economic agenda of 2023. Without any question, the focus will be growth. Financial sector regulator CSRC announced immediately follow-ups, such as collaborating with US for auditing supervision. Back in mid-December 2022, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board of US announced a statement that secured access to inspect and investigate audit firms of mainland China. Obviously, this is to remove the risk of 200-plus Chinese companies being kicked off US stock exchange. I think we're at a first time in history moment. A lot of work to do in 2023. It's really not about claiming victory. What matters is compromise and collaboration to achieve concrete recovery for all of us. This is Cassandra Watch. Thank you for your time.